Hi everybody, I'm Tim Muting with CA Technologies, and today I've got Dan O'Brien here with me. He's going to show us a demonstration on how CA Release Automation integrates with WebLogic. Why is that such a big deal?
Yeah, well, WebLogic is a really popular application. So many of our customers are asking for help in deploying WebLogic applications quicker, faster, with less errors. CA Release Automation can help you do that.
Very good. Well, let's see what you have.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and use CA Release Automation to deploy a WebLogic application. So we're looking here, my Oracle WebLogic server. This is running version 12c. You can see here there are some deployments that are out there. We're going to go ahead and install one called DizzyWorld. So we'll install a DizzyWorld application using actions from the CA Release Automation's Actions library. So let's go ahead and we'll move over into the Release Operations Center. And you can see here we have a template designed just for that, and it's called Full Deploy. So when we go into here, we do have an initialization step which will go ahead and retrieve the artifacts from the repository that we need for this release, and I'll go show you that in a moment. So let's go ahead and create the release. So we'll call this DizzyWorld app 1. You can give it a description if you like. We can version control this, let's say 1.0, and then we'll go ahead and deploy it in this default architecture. And release type, we can change that if we wanted to. We'll leave it as it is. Go ahead and create it. So once we go ahead and create the release, the initialization step will run. We'll make our connection into the repository, make sure that the files are there, the right versions are available to us, and everything else. Once that is done, which it looks like it's good to go, we can go ahead and deploy it. And again, like always, you could go to the calendar, you can define a schedule and deploy this at the appropriate time. So we'll go ahead and run it right now for today's demo. And when that runs, what will happen is we will run through a series of processes for the deployment step, and then we'll do a post-deploy, which will basically go to the URL and verify that it's actually up. So while that's running, let's just go back over to the Design Studio. And again, we'll just go to the WebLogic application, and you could see from the repository perspective, we've got a couple of flows that we run. Right, so we're going to go ahead and process the artifacts. We're going to see if the artifact exists within a repository. If it doesn't, we're going to go ahead and extract it. We're going to go get it, and then we're going to register it. Okay, so that's getting the artifacts ready. We'll go ahead and go through a staging process, which is putting them on the appropriate WebLogic server. Okay, so if I go into here, you can see the source IP, source path IP, and destination. And again, these could all be variabilized, so we could just have a variable that just says something to the effect of like IP address, right? I could put this string in there. And then we could delete this IP address and then reuse this particular action across all the servers that we have within this deployment. On the WebLogic side, we've got some actions and some flows here. So we're going to go ahead and deploy the app, and we're going to process all the artifacts along with that app, and then we're going to go ahead and run a test. If I double click on this one, you can see this is one of our built-in WebLogic install/deploy actions. So very simple. You're just going to put basic information about the server that it's running on, the ports, the security type, and then of course the credentials. And that's really all you need. And what you'll notice is anything that's in bold with a star here, these are mandatory fields. Okay, if it's not bold and there's no star, then you don't have to supply the information for that particular field. So let's go back over to the deployment, and we can see that it actually did run. So we went through the deployment phase, we went through the post-deployment, which was the verification step, and it all succeeded. So let's go back to WebLogic, and I will just refresh my deployments. And you see here we have this new DizzyWorld application, and the state is active, so we activate it after we deploy it, which is good. If I drill into this guy, and we can go into the testing, and let's go ahead and see if we can open it up. And I'll just click on the default URL. And you can see here we have a DizzyWorld Resorts International website. And you can click on it, and it's alive, and it's up, and it's active. So very simply put, using our comprehensive actions for WebLogic, you can easily deploy and maintain your WebLogic environment.
That was great, Dan. What other application servers do we work with?
Oh, we work with most of the most popular ones that are out there. We showed you WebLogic. We also work with WebSphere, with JBoss. and other application
And these
servers.
these are typical application servers that our enterprise customers are using every day.
We see them every day, all over the place. Yep.
That's fantastic. So for more information, see more demos, please visit ca.com.